Yeah, you're looking at this right. That was the best tax write-off this incorporated business has ever had, because the Vancouver Canucks had themselves a game against the Colorado Avalanche, and for the first time since 2016, I want to say, Lego Rocks 99 was in the building. You might have seen at the beginning, I was rocking the Brock Besser No Dak North Dakota Fighting Sioux sweater, and, you know, I'm not gonna try to pretend that I'm breaking down the game with video clips, because doing that entire process would be so complicated. I'm just gonna show y'all the footage that I took. It was really, really great. Great atmosphere in the arena. I know a lot of people heading into this game, myself especially, we were kind of feeling a little bit skeptical about what the Canucks would do in tonight's contest against Colorado, because the last game against Boston, hoo-wee, that was a stinker. But surprisingly, maybe surprisingly, I don't know if it's really surprising, but to the adoration and joy of Canucks fans all over the world, the Vancouver Canucks put on an incredibly impressive game tonight. And this was probably, like, I don't know, one of the top 3 games we had seen out of Vancouver on home ice this season. It's been up and down with this team. It's kind of weird that they're able to beat Florida and Colorado, 2 of the recent Stanley Cup champions, and they're not able to do much against a Boston Bruins team, also at home. Very, very different tales of the tape here for the Vancouver Canucks, but this game, for one, the viewing experience, you're probably looking at the pregame intros right now on your screen. I had to lower the volume because there's a lot of copyrighted music and stuff in there, but the presentation, oh boy, lots of great energy, vibes, colors, lights. It was such an amazing experience at Rogers Arena. They've really amped up their pregame presentation from the last time I had watched a game live at Rogers. And my only complaint, and this is not really anybody's fault, but my only complaint about the experience was the fact that the guy sitting in front of me was really, really tall. Like, he must have been like 6'5" or 6'6", and he had a really long neck, so even if he was sitting down, you can still see him and his head blocking everything. I had to keep on going left and right to try to see what was going on here. Lower bowl tickets are always going to provide an interesting experience, and as you can see right here, I mean, we were right in front of the action. For the first and third periods, we were on the Canucks offensive end. There were a lot of really good moments, a lot of great chances. You could see the guys putting in work, and it's tough to really dive into the timeline of everything, because pretty much the only thing that stands out in my mind in an extremely significant way is Kiefer Sherwood. Man, oh man, was this guy a treasure of a signing by Patrick Allvin in the offseason. He's cheap, he works hard, he provides so much value throughout the lineup. Short-handed, even strength, he does it all. Maybe not necessarily on the man advantage, but he does everything else that he needs to do, and then some, and that was highlighted by him scoring 3 goals for his first career hat trick in the National Hockey League. It was a natural hat trick too. He had scored the first goal in the first period, a really nice play out in front by Danton Heinen and Pius Suter to throw the puck on goal. Sherwood is there to get the rebound and just kind of slip it in. No biggie, easy goal for him. He goes to the right areas at the right spot on the ice. Second goal of the game by Kiefer Sherwood in the second period. It is a short-handed goal. He steals the puck from Colorado as they're trying to break into the Canucks zone. He comes in on a breakaway on Mackenzie Blackwood, and he does a little bit of a fake, shoots it up high, he roofs it, he scores it. It is a 2-0 game. And then the third goal, which I actually do have video footage of, I ended up pressing my record button on my phone right after the goalie was pulled, so you can see, there you go, it's right in here. Boom! Shakalaka, baby. Kiefer Sherwood with the empty netter. Just a magnificent play for Chief Keef, going out there and doing the long-range snipe on the open cage. Vancouver then, unfortunately, allowed a 6-on-5 goal from the Colorado Avalanche. It was Valeri Nichushkin from Mikko Rantanen and Cale Makar out in front with 45 seconds to go, unfortunately. So Vancouver not able to get the shutout for Thatcher Demko. Thatcher the Snatcher, who is indeed returning. He still was awesome in this game. And the best part about it is, I don't want to say that Demko made like 4 or 5 superstar robbery highlight reel saves. More so, it was just the Canucks played very well in front of Thatcher Demko, and they didn't give him too many super dangerous opportunities against. The Canucks looked very strong in this one. Everybody was engaged. Everybody was putting in work. Sure, there was some carelessness that you would want to see removed, like Erik Brannstrom, for example. You don't want to see him throwing the puck over the glass. But other than that, just going throughout the lineup here, Vinny Desharnais had a really solid first 2 periods. He was laying the smack down on guys in the Canucks zone. I thought JT Miller was a hound every single time Miller was in the offensive zone against Cale Makar. He would level, or at least try as much as he could to level Cale Makar, and it was such an effective game plan because Makar was kind of neutralized. Sure, he had an assist at the end there, but Miller was getting under Makar's skin from my view. I was really close to the game, so that's kind of what I saw. Other performances of note, Connor Garland had 2 really great scoring chances out in front. The first one, it was a really nice pass. I think it was on the power play, but Garland ends up missing the net point blank out in front. The second one, another centering pass from behind the goal line. It's out in front for Garland. He takes the shot, but he ends up whiffing on it. Unfortunate play right there. Speaking about Connor Garland, he played on a line with Besser and Miller today. It was really interesting to note that on the power plays, the Vancouver Canucks did not play Miller on that first unit. He was on the second unit with Sherwood, Pia Suter, and everybody else. Erik Brannstrom also didn't get any power play time, as Quinn Hughes played the majority, if not all, of the power play minutes in this game. Both units, 1 and 2. The first unit consisted of Besser, Petey, Hughes, DeBrusk, and Garland, so it was really intriguing to see the fact that Miller wasn't on that first unit, but also, it was furthermore intriguing the fact that the Canucks kind of stunk on the power play. They were good everywhere else. They totally shut out Colorado's man advantages, and Colorado had more power plays in this one. Some calls were very suspicious as well. That JT Miller cross-check in the first was one that came to my mind immediately. Ultimately, though, the Vancouver Canucks showed off that they can put in effort when they want to. And this is the frustrating part for fans who had seen that stinker against Boston. Some of the other stinkers that we had seen, where they totally crap the bed and don't show off all too well. Elias Pettersson, he was engaged in this one. Höglander, he was engaged in this one. Rick Tocchet called out Höglander and said he was pretty good. Max Sasson was playing very well on that top line with Elias Pettersson. I thought he did some really good things. Forechecking hard, getting into the corners, playing the puck and opening it up freely to guys. The Canucks' pinches on D were a little bit off at times, but for the most part, they did make some good plays. There was a lot of good cycling in this one. Jake DeBrusk, I thought, had a really good opportunity to maybe bury one as well. There was a really good centering pass for him in front that he couldn't handle. The puck went through his skates and he wasn't able to caress it properly. But ultimately, everybody on the ice played well today, and I think there wasn't really any complaint here other than the one goal scored at the end by the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, they're 6-on-5. What are you going to do? It's Cale Makar, it's Rantanen, and McKinnon was very frustrated in this game. There was one really good opportunity that he had where he had a really nice lane. I think it was on the power play, not too sure, but he had a wide open lane. He walked in, he shot it, and I think it went off the post and out. So McKinnon, unfortunately, no points for him. He's been a monster all season, and tonight was one of the very few pointless nights that he had all year. But Colorado, with Wedgwood, Mackenzie Blackwood, they've got Miles Wood, they could not outwood the Kiefer Sherwood, who ends up getting the hat trick, and all of the honor here in Vancouver as the Canucks win this one 3-1. It was a great game. Very great experience. I rocked my Besser, North Dakota jersey, the good old West Coast roast outfit, the attire from that music video, if y'all remember that. Gutty Eric Goodbranson, the $4 million man, getting smoked on Fortnite and on the ice. That pairing with Hutton was bland. The fellas at Electronic Arts gave you a mid-70s rating. Well, that's good enough. Injuries, they're tough, but it's clear that your play is degrading. Whew. Ah, yeah, it's just like yesterday, isn't it? Funny that I'm still able to wear this because it didn't grow over the past 6 years. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Canucks playing off against the Colorado Avalanche. It was a great game, a great night, a great experience for me. Thoughts in the comment section if you were there. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.